A frame score, body condition, and calving in sync with nature. Those are three things that I wish we'd have gone over and over and over, and they'd have drilled into my brain when I was a kid. But you know, those are the three things that I would pass on. And what that is frame score. I've just shot a video showing you a 6-frame cow that is just a hard keeper. She just requires a lot more grass, feed, grain, everything, just to keep her body condition up. And so that's not including feeding that calf and surviving the cold months and surviving the hot months. Everything is more expensive and harder to do for a big cow. That smaller cow, you can have more of them. They can put more energy into that milk. They've got more energy to put in their fat on their back so they can stay warmer in the winter. And things are they just cost you less money with a smaller cow. And we're not going to extremes here. We're not getting little baby cow or little sheep-like cows, but you've got to find that balance and moderate to where it's profitable. And I found that to be about a 3.5 to 4.5, somewhere in there. You know, you get them up to 5 if you're going to feed them a little more in the wintertime. That's, you know, those decisions have to be yours. They have to work for you. But this is what I found works for me. Body condition. Those cows, a smaller cow is going to eat the same amount as a big cow relative to her size. She's going to eat more. Basically what that means is a cow's got a certain number of bites she can get each day, whether she's a big cow or a small cow. And a big cow's mouth is not a big cow's mouth is not big enough to compensate for the extra body mass that she's got when you compare it to a small cow. Their noses, their mouths are just about the same. And so a smaller cow is going to eat more compared to her size than a bigger cow can. And so she's always going to require less. It goes back to the same thing as the body condition. It's easier for a smaller cow to stay in better body condition, which means that she's going to get bred back faster. She's going to have more energy from the food that she gets to store instead of putting it into growth and maintenance. And so she can raise a bigger calf with more milk, higher milking fat, easier, and she's going to be able to survive the winter better and cheaper and do it on a lower quality forage. And then the third thing we were talking about is calving in sync with nature. And that's different. Everybody says in all the books that I've read outside of pretty much the fescue belt or Missouri, everyone said, look, you got to calve in the spring. It's when the grass is the best, and that gives that cow enough time, you know, on the increasing plane of nutrition. You calve in May, June, July, whatever works for you. And then it's easier for them to get bred back because they're on good green grass. And that's true, but for me in fescue country, we've got that endophyte infected fescue. And to work with that, I've found it's really hard for me to keep pink eye out of my calves is the main thing. I do have a harder time getting my cows bred back, I would say, than I do in the fall, for sure. And I've read some studies that say that bulls will go sterile in the springtime and the summertime. If you're trying to breed in July and August, yeah, you're probably going to have more of a challenge, especially if you're using a bigger, older, mature bull who's got some fat on him. He can't expel that heat as well. That endophyte's working on him, and it's much harder. Even if the cows are cycling, everything is stressed. You know, you could say, oh, it's black cattle. Well, yeah, you're probably going to get a few more red cows bred, but it's just easier in the fall in Missouri, and I'm trying to work with my system. So I try to calve, if I could pick one month, September would be great. And that gives them enough time on good green grass until the fall. Kick the bulls out December 1st and roll on. Cows are in good body condition. But those are the three things that made the biggest impact on me and my profitability, and things that I wish somebody would have told me more about and hammered into me when I was younger and first getting started into this. You know, it's so important to keep that body condition up and to calve in sync with nature, so you're not feeding a bunch of grain, you know, a bunch more hay, higher quality hay. Everything's easier and everything works better when you work with nature. So I hope this helps you guys. If you have any questions about my journey or that kind of thing, or if you're looking for a bull that'll help do what I'm talking about, give me a call. I'm happy to explain what we're doing and talk more, and just really enjoy talking cattle and working with cattle people. So Hope this helps you guys out in your business and your profitability. Thanks.